Welcome to Ninom Speaks. I'm Ninom de Rosa, your host for the next 26 minutes, and I have an incredible guest. Though I never sort of talk to my guests before I interview them. In fact, I don't even talk to them at all. I have no idea what Stephen does, except some little bird has told me a few little things, which are quite exciting, I must say. And I see he's got this incredible New York hat on, New York film.
Yes.
There's nothing like being in New York in the film industry, but I'm going to pass you over to AJ Dean. AJ Dean is my producer and also my co-host, and she introduces all my guests for me. So take it away, AJ.
Thank you so much, Ninom. Lovely to be with you today. And we have a very special guest in the building, Stephen E. Kimbrough. He is a podcaster, writer, actor, comedian, and DJ, and he is also a producer as well. He has a wonderful studio there, a lot of great experience. Welcome, Stephen. How are you? It's lovely to see you.
Thank you. Where do I send a check for that intro? That sounds like a
pretty
you
can send it to me. Send it to me. I'll give you my address right away. Hey, Stephen, how are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me on. This is a wonderful show.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a little confused at the moment. I see New York. Are you in New York, Los Angeles? Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles, but I spent 15 years in New York doing comedy and film and marketing and theater. So I'm a New Yorker through and through. And now I am LA. So
I love New York people. I think, do you miss it a lot?
I do. I miss it. I miss it enormous because, New York is the only place in the planet that gives you a warp speed culture. Nowhere else on the planet gives you that, really. No. So if you really want to go Mach 10 with your hair on fire in New York, there's a lane for that.
I remember that one. Here I come.
Not out here though. In Los Angeles, man, everything is laid back and slow and
at 9 o'clock, everything closes up.
Yeah, it's
like, what happened? I think they're all tired of performing.
They roll up the carpet, turn out the lights, and it's like,
nighty nights. But you got to know the little place. Now, I know the little places to go to. I think there's a place on Little Santa Monica called Derek's. I think it's Derek's. It's a restaurant. It's absolutely beautiful, fabulous. So there's a few little places that you can go to on Sunset Boulevard and all that stuff. So, Stephen, what are you doing now in Los Angeles? What's going on?
Right now, for me, I'm very, very excited about my outdoor movie theaters. I launched the Hollywood Drive-In Film Festivals. I have 5 film festivals that I'm doing throughout the year for my pop-up drive-in movie theater. It's massive. This thing is very daunting.
How does that work?
It takes, here's the whole scenario. All right.
I want to know what's going on.
Yeah. So I have a 60-foot inflatable outdoor movie theater screen. So it's these big giant tubes that we then attach a 40-foot screen to. And the screen is translucent. So we can reverse project on it and we can project on the front. Now this thing is so big, we need 3 2-watt blowers to blow this thing up and to keep it up. So we keep the blowers going continuously.
So the blowers and how long can that last? 2 hours, 3 hours? Oh, because that's a festival, it has to last a long time.
Well, you can go as long as your power. And I have a Predator 9000 generator, which can go 9 hours straight without stopping.
So you are very well prepared.
Yeah, very well prepared.
So all the electricity can go out in Los Angeles, and there's Stephen still.
I'm set. I got the Predator 9000, so we could have a blackout, but not me.
Yeah. You can't have a blackout, that's for sure. The only movie town in town is theater.
I'll be the only thing happening in town. If you want to find where I am, just look for the big bright.
Yeah, you can charge $100 a ticket then. What happened?
We did the Rose Bowl for the Billy Bob Joe Horfest. It was $100 a card times 1,000 cards. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was $100 a car.
Yeah, because it was a special thing for a special crowd. It was a niche. It was a niche screening on Halloween. This was 2 Halloweens ago, and there was horror fans are very loyal, and they will pay lots of money. And don't forget, like the whole world had shut down then. So
I was going to say, you have a captive audience because they're all in their cars.
Yeah.
They're not socializing with anybody.
They feel safe because they're in their cars.
Of course.
And here's the beautiful thing about it. You got the vaxxed and the non-vaxxed can park next to each other, and there's no conflict because they're in their own cars.
No, wait a second. So you actually plan the COVID-19?
You know, it would feel that way, but yeah, I would like to take credit for COVID-19. Yes.
Well, I don't think you would. I don't think you want to take.
Don't blame it on the Chinese. The Chinese had nothing to do with it. I wanted to launch a movie theater, so I am personally responsible for it.
Do you know something? With all your talent and everything, which I'm finding out about, you probably could do something like that anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're a comedian, you always find the best of any situation, and most situations suck. So that's why we can mentally heal, because we look at what's broken, what's sad, what's not cool.
And you make it funny.
We make it light.
Yeah.
We make fun
Yeah,
of
you
it.
make people laugh.
Yeah, we make people laugh.
So what made you?
He also has a pod. He's called podbrother.com. He is the podcast king.
Yeah, behind him, look, podbrother.com.
Yes, that's my podcast.
Is that you, Stephen?
That is me, yes.
That is you. How long have you had the podbrother.com?
I launched Podbrother was born in 2010 at the John Lovitz Podcast Theater in Universal City Walk. He was the founder of a podcast studio. He was like one of the first guys to actually launch a podcast studio inside a comedy club. And he had celebrity comedians sit down and do their podcast live stream to their audience members all over the world. Kevin Smith was one of the first ones. He had like 5 or 6 million people log on to his podcast from the John Lovitz Podcast Theater. And John Lovitz was like, hey, Kimbro, you're funny. You know, you should like launch your podcast. So I went on stage, and the MC introduced me as Kimbro, which is my stage name. And after the show, drunk guy came up and says, hey man, your Podbrother show was hysterical. You should do that more often. And I'm like,
Okay.
So he took the last half of my name and inserted pod from, you know, because John Lovitz is the pod father.
Yes.
So me being a brother and my last name being bro, the alcohol, like in his, came out of his mouth as Podbrother. So
it's funny how names come out when someone's not quite sober.
How'd you come up with that name? That's a great podcast name. I go, well, actually I didn't. Some drunk guy in my audience kind of fused the words together.
I love it. The truth be known.
Yes. I'd like to take credit for the Podbrother, but no,
you did, because you got the idea and you thought, hey, hang on a second, this would be absolutely great. And off you went, off you ran with it. Now, so how long have you had this inflated, I don't know, I guess an inflated festival?
I have been in the outdoor movie theater business for about 13 years, but I was on the crew side of things. So I do my stand-up comedy, then I get a call from an outdoor movie theater company to come and help me. It's a lot of work. These things weigh over 800 pounds of vinyl when it rolls up. So you need to be pretty beefy, pretty strong to unroll this thing. You got to strap it down. The wind comes up, it wants to pull and push it around. So you have to drive stakes in the ground and wrestle with the ropes. And it's a lot of hard work. So
So what happened with the outdoor theaters? Because I remember when I came to America, that I had to go to an outdoor theater because everybody thought the English never knew anything about outdoor theaters, and they were right, because we used to go to the cinema, sit in your car and watch a movie. Well, I'd never done that. And so what happened to all those places? Aren't they feasible?
Yeah, there was a rebirth. Nostalgic drive-ins continued to stay open and run, kind of novelty and classic films. Yeah. And when the pandemic hit, they kind of got a resurgence. But a lot of drive-in film festivals turned into flea markets because they found they could make more money charging flea merchants, $100 per 10 square feet than, charging, cars. And you can do that during the day.
Yes.
So So once they saw they could make 10 times more money with the flea markets, then, the drive-in movie theaters was like, well, we're going to do that now. And then the pandemic hit, and then all of a sudden there was a resurgence, and a few of them came back, and there were even some people that launched some new drive-in movie theaters. But my business with the inflatables, that really took off because it's a pop-up, it's a mobile.
You can put it anywhere actually, as long as you've got electricity.
I can take it anywhere. I've done it in parking lots, open fields, backyards, rooftops.
I was going to say rooftops would be amazing. So you can't drive your car up there.
No, you can, because
yes, you can. That's right. Rooftop parking.
A car garage.
That's right.
The very top floor is just open.
Oh, open. So now what? Now so you've got that going. What else have you got going?
Well, the other thing I have going is I'm a stand-up comic, and I have my Pod Brother Nation comedy podcast. So as of recently, I've partnered with Felix, who owns the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood.
Yay! Congratulations!
So, yes, I'm very, very excited about that.
You must be. That's amazing.
Being a stand-up comic, you really, being on stage and doing your material is like church. And when you don't get a chance to do that, and when the pandemic shuts everything down and shuts all those stages down, you kind of jones for it. And so Felix opened his club, and he did not have a podcast network in his club. It was just like stand-up comedians, and that's pretty much it. So being from, the podfather of podcast with John Lovitz, and having that experience, and being the Pod Brother with Pod Brother Nation, I'm turnkey fit.
You are. You know exactly what you're doing, how to do it, and put it together, and they have no idea what's going on.
Exactly. So I went to him. He says, that's a great idea. It's a great partnership. How soon can you start? I said, New Year's Eve. So we're doing our opening is a red carpet, Pod Brother Nation, New Year's Eve live stream. And I'll give you ladies the link on New Year's Eve at the Comedy Chateau.
I wish I was down there.
Me too.
Because I would do the red carpet for you.
Yes.
I know. You would be fabulous.
I do red carpets all the time, interviews everybody, and I do that all the time. And that would be amazing. But I'm not there.
But you're in Vegas, right?
Yes, I'm in Vegas.
Yeah. So, we can take our whole thing to Vegas. We could do a red carpet, and then you could work our red carpet.
I will work it anytime you come to Vegas and you put on an event. We will fly AJ in. And then, yes, you'll come in and you stay in my house, and we'll do the red carpet for you. Absolutely.
That would be beautiful.
Would love that. Absolutely.
I'm so excited.
All things are happening. So you do your comedy. Now, I also understand you've got so many things going on, which is wonderful. I also understand you are a producer. What do you produce?
I produce short films, documentary films. I'm currently working on a comedy documentary film that braids mainstream comedy with African-American comedy, all the main events that were happening at the time, and then my own personal journey as a stand-up comic. So this documentary film is not only going to be an educational film, but it's also going to be extremely entertaining, because all the comedians that I worked with over the years who have gone off to be famous TV stars and movie stars and write for shows are all my alumnus, and they all are very excited about doing interviews on my comedy documentary. So I just started putting together a mind map of events so I can figure out what are some of the coolest things that have happened over the 3 decades that I've been doing comedy.
Did you have some tough times in comedy and getting through and trying to find your way through as a new comedian, trying to get your voice out there, trying to get your jokes out there, actually? Was it tough for you?
Yeah, I'm having a tough time right now trying to hold my peace with 2 beautiful women on this show right now.
No, well, you got a real problem. I mean, a real problem, because you're a pretty good looking guy. So watch it.
And also, I wanted to mention could we talk about your studio also, Stephen? Would that be okay? Is it called Dream Maker Studio? Or share with us a little bit about that. Say it one more time.
Dream Magic Studio.
Dream Magic Studio.
If you go to dreammagicstudiosla.com, it'll have all the information where you can see, all the studios and the recording, the theater, everything that we have here, the psych stage. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful studio, and it's multifaceted. We have a radio station, we have an actual movie theater, we have a sound stage, we have a psych stage. It's really, really, really cool.
What's a psych stage?
You have a kitchen, a cooking show kitchen stage for Ninom.
Yes, we have a functioning kitchen set.
Okay,
you can come and do a cooking show.
We have to get the cook, because I don't really cook. I just make fun of the whole show. I'm actually, Stephen, I'm kind of the comedian in a cooking show. I make it funny.
Right. Well, I've always wanted to do a show called Chefs, Cooks, and Comics. So maybe that's something we can do together.
Well, maybe we can, because I'm talking about that right now with somebody else, and they want me to do a cooking show with celebrities and everything, and get different celebrities, and then there's me. There's all these celebrities, and then there's Ninom.
Yeah, that would be a great show. I have some very good eye-pan coordination. I know my way around the kitchen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, his studio, I had a tour of it yesterday. It is amazing, Ninom. You would love it. It's so beautiful. It has a green room. It has a dressing room.
Can we put that up? Can we put that up when we put this out, AJ?
Yes, you can. If you want, I can actually give you a tour. If you
go ahead, I'd love a tour. Are you kidding?
Okay.
Let's see what the magic fingers can do, because I know this is all magic stuff.
All right. And what's cool about it is, like some A-list projects are shot out of here.
Really?
Kevin Hart shoots a lot of his shows out of here.
Oh, really?
Kevin Garnett shoots his shows. Snoop Dogg. The Olympic wrap-up show was shot here with Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really cool.
So you're kind of very well known in the business, Stephen, and you're being very humble.
I'm not as known as I'd like to be, but the studio is definitely well known.
Well, you are the studio.
It's fabulous.
Without you, there's no studio. Did you know that?
I'm the first studio on your show?
No, I said without you, you don't have a studio, because you have to run it.
Yeah, well, no, I'm independent. So there is a manager that runs the studio. So I'm an independent producer that does independent things here, and because I do so much, I'm here the most.
Yes,
and you're right. This is the first studio tour that we have ever had on Ninom Speak Show. Isn't that right, Ninom?
Yeah. So I know there's something going on in the background there, and I'm seeing things are flipping by, things are moving, everything's happening.
Yeah, that's his. That's Stephen's podcast. His LED, the TV. It's got all of his shows and promotions on it.
If you want to rent this studio out, how much does it cost? I would imagine it's daily, as you wouldn't do it hourly. Well, maybe you would. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we do. It's a day rate.
Yeah.
And so most of the spaces are $1,100 to $1,200 per day.
Okay.
And then there's like, the pluses, there's like the cleaning fees afterwards. And then if there's
there's all the amenities and other things that go on top of that. But that's not bad, because somebody could shoot a commercial or something just in one day.
Yeah.
Or do their show.
Most of the people who come in, they only need it for like a day or two.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on here. Oh, look at this.
So that's up here in the conference room.
Okay.
So we're in the conference room right now. That's a 60-inch screen.
That's where you are now.
So I come out here. This is our AstroTurf area.
Oh, look at this.
High ceilings, and we shoot stuff out here as well, because
that's like a talk show host thing. That's where you can all sit and have a talk.
But we can also do kind of a backyard, outdoor, front yard kind of, patio.
Yeah.
And this is a green room where you come in here and you can watch the show and you can relax until it's your turn to go on. And here is hair and makeup, which you guys would love, because we have a lot of room, a lot of mirrors. We have a shampoo bowl.
Ooh.
And then that's wardrobe in there.
Oh wow, you got a full studio there, everything there, everything.
Everything there. There's my setup there in the conference room. This is one of my favorite rooms in the theater. This is our theater right here. This is where I was going to be today.
The real theater.
Yep. But I didn't have a long enough cable with me to reach that projector to my laptop, so I moved everything into the conference room. But we were going to be in here for the show today.
Oh, okay.
And
we are anyway. We got our treat.
I was going to sit right here, and I was going to have that screen going with my website on it.
No, but this is still lovely. We still get to see it.
Yeah. So we got that. That's a 7,000 lumen projector. So now I take you this way. We have 6 bathrooms, 2 bathrooms by the studios.
So you can never have a problem. You're okay. You're taken care of.
Studios right here.
Green Magic, Los Angeles. Wow, that's you.
Lights. This is our kitchen set.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the kitchen set right here. This lowers so that we can put cameras and lights on them. But this is a functioning
kitchen.
Stove. As you
oh,
see,
look at this. You can cook and do everything here.
Yeah. That's a freezer. That's a refrigerator. And then we have the psych room. This is where we can do photo shoots with the infinity walls. This also can be painted green if you want to do some special effects.
Okay.
Green screens here.
Green screens, yeah.
This is where we build our sets and store them for anything that needs to be a set. This is the overhead that goes into the parking lot. We also do drive-in movie theaters out in the parking lot here. So then, let me take you back in.
This is a big, this is a very large building. There's a lot of square footage. What is this, like 6,000 square feet?
Yeah, it's like 6,000 square feet.
6,000 square feet, yeah, I figured that.
Isn't it beautiful, Ninon? I just love it.
All the amenities for to whatever filming you need and you want.
Yeah, this is the A stage sound room, sound stage.
Sound
So
stage.
high ceilings, we've got rigs, we've got utility. This is where a lot of major like TV shows and stuff are shot in here because this is.
Do you have a lot of TV shows coming into your facility?
We did before the pandemic. It has slowed down since the pandemic because there's so many other protocols that have to go into place.
Well, also, a lot of people have found out to do it another way as well. People have found doing things different ways now. So
beautiful piano there. Did you see that, Ninon? They have a piano there.
Baby grand.
Yeah. That's
this
wonderful.
is our radio station where we can shoot.
Fabulous. Look at that. I like that.
Wow.
So.
Oh, look at
So
this. You can do recording. Yeah.
Control monitor there. And
can you do can you do recordings in there if somebody wants to record a CD or a record?
Yes, we can, but that's upstairs. I'm going to take you up there now.
Oh, so, okay. There's quite there's a long place.
Yeah, where we do our ADR for our film, because I also do ADR for films.
Okay.
So take you upstairs.
We're going upstairs. I can hear it.
So
like those special effects.
This is what you saw downstairs.
Yes. Well, that's the balcony looking down, right?
Yeah, we're in. This is an executive suite up here. So this is where the mucky mucks with the money can hang out up here while the worker bees are down there working.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes.
This is the recording studio that I asked about. So we can set up our recorders in here, our mixing boards, and then in here is where the talent.
The booth they go into to sing. Yeah.
This is a
soundproof
studio.
Yeah. It's got all the padding in it for the soundproof and everything.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, that's that.
Now, if somebody wants to rent out your recording studio to actually do a CD, what would that cost them?
That is going to be about $800 a day. TV studio, we can do a bunch of stuff. This is the TV control room in there, and I'll take you over there. So we come back through this area. We have our chandelier, spiral staircase that takes you down to the lobby. This is our TV control room.
Wow. Amazing.
You've got a lot going on. I mean, you're totally 100% equipped to do any film, recording, TV.
We can do anything. Yeah.
Anything.
Music,
Yes.
video, recording, TV, film,
Yeah.
the full gamut.
Yeah.
We also do table reads for scripts, program staging and shows.
Yeah.
Another kind of kitchenette area. This takes you out over the kitchen set.
Yeah. There you go.
Which is very cool. And then we have some producer stations right here.
Oh, that's nice.
The men's room has a shower upstairs. The ladies' room has a shower downstairs.
Ooh.
This is our lobby.
Yeah, with all chandeliers and everything. Very
Take you
pretty.
down to the lobby.
Now, where is this place?
Canoga Park.
Canoga Park?
Yep. This is my office here.
What is the address?
It's 8911 Canoga Park.
Okay. And what's the phone number?
My phone number is 310-854-2403.
Okay. Just so people can get in touch with you and we can, catch up with you and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a wonderful tour. Thank you so much, Stephen. That was amazing. And what did you think, Ninon?
I think it's amazing because what I see is that you've got everything all in one, but then also you do location work. So you can go out on location as well because you've got your theater outside, your drive-in.
Yes.
And so how did you think about, putting all this, there's a lot of work and putting all this together. How did you think of all this?
Well, I looked at all of my assets and my talents and what I enjoy doing as a profession. And I decided that anything outside of that, I would no longer put any bandwidth toward. And anything that was those specific things, filmmaking, comedy, outdoor drive-in movie theaters, and podcast. So
but those are your 4 things that you do.
That's it. That's my 4 braids. Anything outside of that, I'm not that interested in. I don't really put that much bandwidth into it.
I personally don't think you've got much time to, actually. Yeah. I think you're fully occupied with what you do.
And all of those things kind of braid in with each other. So actually launching an outdoor drive-in film festival series, that's the bow on top of all the other things that I do, because those 4 things are basically creating content.
Yeah.
And so now the drive-in theater allows me to be an exhibitor of content. So
there you go. There you go.
It's content.
I love it.
Is king and distribution is king. Well, I'm 2 kings.
Yes, you are. You're absolutely 2 kings, Stephen. And we support you in everything that you do. You're amazing. Ninon, I just want to let you know that we have about 3 minutes left in the show. I'm sorry. We still have to start.
That's okay. Do you ever get to Vegas?
I do. I come to Vegas all the time. I used to work at the Comedy Stop at the Trop in Vegas.
Oh, Tropicana, sure.
I was a regular. I was a regular featured comic.
Isn't that where Rich Little is? He's got his place there. He had a place there. He had his comedy show there. Rich Little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm actually, once I get everything pretty much tied up where I can take it on the road, I'm definitely coming to Vegas with this.
Well, come to Vegas, and I'll put you on my other show. I have another show called Vegas Live with Ninon, and that show I've been doing for 7 years now in Vegas. And I interview a tremendous amount of people in the industry, in the music industry, in the film industry, in the entertainment. I do all the entertainment stuff. I give them a platform here in Vegas.
Awesome.
And then Ninon Speaks is another thing which we do, but this is more international because we can have anybody from all over the world come on our show, which we do. We have people from all over the world. So we're on all platforms. Actually, a little bit like you, but not as good.
And it's such an honor, I must say, it's such an honor to meet you, Stephen. You really are an amazing businessman and film and TV producer and comedian. So thank you.
Who's this film star that you look like?
I get a lot of people. Depends on how much alcohol you've been drinking.
Well, I haven't had any yet.
I get Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
I get Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Denzel,
I get
Denzel Washington. That's who you look like. Okay, so let's find out. How can anybody get hold of you? What is your website? You have a website?
Yes, I do. You can get a hold of me and all my comedy antics at podbrother.com. You can see all of my my work for my podcast on podbrothernation.com. And if you want to find out what's going on with my drive-in movie theaters, go to hollywooddriveinfestival.com, and that's where you can see all of that content.
So, I'm exhausted. You're one busy beaver. I'm telling you, you're all just amazing. I have to tell my audience out there, it's people like this that make our show, because we get to know so much about what's going on in the industry. And this is what just one man is doing.
Yeah. And we didn't even talk about my sports podcast. That's another day.
But that's another time. Well, quickly, tell me, how can people reach the sports thing?
Thepenaltygame.com.
Okay. As long as they can get to it. Okay. Yep. Wonderful. AJ, what would you like to say?
I just want to thank Stephen and you, Ninon, for a fabulous show. And I encourage everybody to follow Ninon DeVere DeRosa and Stephen on Instagram, Facebook, and support them and lift them up. And thank you again. Over to you, Ninon.
Well, we love that, don't we, Stephen? We like to be lifted up because that's what we do. All day we try to get lifted up.
That's how we get down. Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
I'm Podbrother on Instagram too, so I'm easy.
Yeah, Podbrother on Instagram. So don't forget, Stephen is absolutely amazing. I want to thank our audience out there. You are wonderful. Without you, nothing happens. And don't forget, Roku. That's where we are. We've got our own platform. We've got our own channel. We've got our own everything. We're doing absolutely wonderful. Stephen, thank you so much. It was an honor to have you on our show and to find out exactly what you are doing.